amount of interest in Irish dancing now is phenomenal.
Irish dancing is recognised now the world over.
It's no longer just restricted to where Irish people go or where English language is spoken.
It's mind-boggling, both the size, the scale of the feis, the size of it, and the geographical spread of the Irish dancing.
You now have Irish dance classes happening in Japan, happening in Russia, happening in China, happening in lots of countries throughout Europe.
Certainly you'd expect it in Australia and North America because there are Irish diaspora there, but these are places that really probably didn't know much about Ireland or may not have even been able to point it out in a globe before Riverdance came along.
Internationally, it made people aware of Irish dance first and foremost, which then allowed them to take an interest and learn.
It's kind of exciting for us that people celebrate our dance all over the world.
I think the standard is high now worldwide, globally. Certainly in Lord of the Dance now we have, in my latest show, I've got great dancers from Hungarians, I've got Russians, Germans, Poles, really from everywhere. From obviously New Zealand, Australia, Canada, England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. We have them from everywhere and the standard is really high.
People who don't have Irish ancestry or Irish background, there's probably two reasons why they would go to Irish dance. One is that they've just fallen in love with it as a dance form and they really want to learn it. And the other is that they have fallen in love with Ireland as a country, as a culture, and the Irish dancing is part of that. Or, quite often I meet people, and especially more of the adult dancers, that they've seen either Riverdance, Lord of the Dance, decided they wanted to learn Irish dancing, and they go back to the roots of the culture. And they examine the culture, and they get familiar with the music, with the literature, and with the history of the country in general. And sometimes it can be almost embarrassing how much these non-Irish people know about our culture compared to how much some Irish people know about our culture.
For me, I loved Irish dance because it was, the men, it was such a masculine dance. It was so rhythmic and percussive and powerful, and you could do with it what you wanted. And it was nobody else's. It's completely different and unique. It's not like any other form of dance in the world, and I love that. And so anybody who has that rhythm, that Celtic rhythm in them, this is a great way to express that. But they'll find it if it's fate. They'll find it if they're meant to.
In the run-up to the Irish Dancing World Championships, we see the evidence of exactly how widespread this growing global sport is. In Dublin, Carol Drake and his school of dancers arrive ahead of the Worlds.
How are you?
Welcome home.
It's great to be home. It's great to be here with all my dancers. It's actually the first time for a lot of them to be here, and it's the first time for a lot of them to be in Dublin. Some of them probably don't actually even know how exciting it's going to be for them, and I think after the 8 hours of the flight they're probably exhausted, but they'll snap into things, I think, very fast.
Originally from Dublin, Carl moved stateside at the age of 17.
Come on, everybody follow me for a minute, okay? Isabel, are you awake?
4 years later, he furthered his plans to live the American dream and opened the first Irish dancing school in Atlanta, Georgia.
It really is fabulous. Is everybody on?
In preparation for the World Championships, Carl gathers his dancers for an intense training session.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Tired is not in our vocabulary. We are not allowed to be tired. 99, 100. Awesome, girls. My world totally revolves around Irish dancing. From the time I wake up in the morning until the time I go to bed, and sometimes actually during the night I'm still thinking about Irish dancing. Come on, hit it up the back! I actually started off with 12 dancers in Atlanta, and currently I think I'm up to about over 1,000 dancers. Irish dancing is very, very popular. There's actually dancing in every state in the US. Speed crossing! I feel the standard of dancing in the US is similar to the standard in Ireland. The Americans work very, very hard at what they do. Up, up! Arms dancing, up! Actually, they attend classes 4 and 5 days a week now. In the southern states, it's very difficult to compete as much as in New York. Most of my kids actually have to fly to all the feis. We don't have the availability of them close by. If we were to attend a feis, it could be a 10-hour drive. Sometimes it's a 3.5-hour flight for them. We're actually now trying to compete at least once a month. Put your shoulders back and straighten up. Come on, Jesse. Turn it out. Come on. I actually have 23 kids here competing at the World Championships. Most of the kids are here for the first time.
I don't have any Irish connections. I actually just dance because I love it, and river dance really caught my eye, and I said I had to do it, and I've been doing it ever since.
Arms in, Virginia, arms in.
I actually came over a week early to get used to the time change and to prep myself for the World.
Go for it, Amanda. Come on, up, up.
I think the Irish and the English are really tough, very tough. I mean, obviously this is where the Irish dance started, so they're really good at what they do. And I've actually been over here a few times to train with a school over here, just to kind of get the feel of how the Irish do it, so it actually has helped me a lot. So that's why this year, hopefully I'll do really well.